Hey, it's Mike Nelson with Real Estate Fanatics bringing you another episode today. Today we're going to talk about how to get your listings on the market. Like, what is the marketing that you're doing? There's a lot of noise and cloud out there, but we're going to show some of the most successful tips that we've been able to do using in our business. However, before we begin, hit the subscribe button for us down there. I have my Calendly link here if you want to talk about anything, get to know anything about us, ask anything about any topics, put some comments down below, like the video. So what marketing tips are people using these days? The market has shifted and changed. I mean, right now, as I shoot this video, it is in November of 2022. The market has drastically changed over the last 6 months, starting to swing more into a neutral / buyer's market. Listings are sitting much longer than historically is the wrong word, but over the last few years that we're used to. They're starting to sit for 30, 60, 90 days. So really it's gonna come back to any market is those that practice the good sound fundamentals in business on how they marketed their listings will probably be generally okay and won't have to change a lot in their strategy on marketing tactics. It was the ones that kind of shortcutted it with cheap photos or cell phone pictures and just put it on the MLS and it would sell itself no matter what. Obviously, marketing is important right now. So, man, there's like 100 different ways to market a house, and I don't think any of it's wrong, to be honest with you. I'm big into what they call the omnipresent type marketing. Is I want people to be able to see this listing across many different platforms. If they can see it on my Facebook feed, they can see it in the MLS, they can see it on Zillow, they can see it in some of my other social media channels. Like, that's what I'm trying to do, right? Is get the message across. It's also important that the seller sees that you're posting some things and not just letting it sit and forget it as well. Even if you don't have like a huge Facebook audience or whatnot, I would still put it in your Facebook feed just because, I mean, somebody's gonna stumble across it, perhaps your client is, and they just wanna make sure subliminally or that intentionally that you're actually pushing their house, especially as it sits for 30 or 60 or 90 days. Other things that we really dial in and focus in on is our CANVA. We use CANVA heavily to kind of get our listings put together. I mean, you can get with title, you can get with a lender, you can get with hundreds of different places that actually just go ahead and do the flyers for you. For us, we kind of are a little bit crafty and we like some of our own flavors to our marketing material. One other thing we do that we feel like is kind of old school, but nobody's doing it anymore, or maybe they're going to start doing it, is we actually create a home book. And it is an old school kind of hard copy that we leave about maybe 12 to 14 of them in the house. And the reason we do that is because we have a lot of times the flyer on the front, and then we have the seller's property disclosure in there, assuming the seller did one up front. We kind of have some comps in there. And then we have kind of the top 10 things that the client likes about the neighborhood that maybe you can't put in the MLS, or maybe it's just not worthy to put in the MLS because you have some other higher level facts that you want to put in the MLS. But those home books are good because as clients are going out or buyers are going out and looking at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different houses, maybe in a day, they have your book, right? And it gives them a quick reminder of anything and everything that was about that house, instead of, dang, there was 8 houses we looked at, I forgot all about the one that we looked at, and they can open this one up real quick and kind of jog their memory. I think we put a mortgage calculator, just a sample in there as well, based on the price point that we're at. So that tends to be pretty helpful too. So I think all marketing right now is worthy for listings. There is nothing you shouldn't be doing right now, to my knowledge, as long as it's legal and ethical, because that's what we got to do. We've got to get these listings out to the public. There's people that do text writers. There's people that do unique URLs for the listing, right? I mean, there's a million different services and providers out there. So I'd highly encourage you to kind of explore and tinker what's working in your market. On my previous video is what I would suggest is kind of look at who is really succeeding at a high level in your market. Maybe they won't share with you because they're in your market, but find others outside your market if that's the case and see what they're doing, right? And when I say outside your market, just get outside your city in case somebody's fearful of competing with you, right? Go 100 miles away. I guarantee you that market's probably not that much different than your market as far as the marketing goes. So see what others are doing, really dive in. There's so much research out there. There's so much at your fingertips on the internet that honestly, just find a handful of things, go after them, I mean, we all know it's really about pricing and it's about condition and things of that nature. So, however, the marketing certainly does help and adds a component to it. That really is one of the things you're hired to do as a real estate agent. So, hope you found that kind of high level. Not a lot of deep diving into that, but there are just some high level tactics on how to list your property for marketing purposes. Go ahead and click the subscribe button down below for us and my Calendly link, and we'll be happy to connect with you with any other content, topics, questions that you may have. Thanks.